Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the previous session, I have started discussing about introduction part of D and F block elements. There we considered position of first we define D block elements. Yes, what we said regarding definitions is we can define it in different ways. What we said, the elements in which differentiating electron enters into n-1 D subshell. What we said, the elements in which differentiating electron enters into n-1 D subshell are called D block elements. Well, we also define D block elements with another definition. What it is? The elements in which the differentiating electron enters into penultimate shell, right? Penultimate, penultimate shell are called D block elements. Well, further we considered the series. Yes, if we consider the next important point regarding D block elements, what we said? Yes, regarding position, the group number 3 to 12. If we consider group number 3 to 12 of a periodic table, it constitutes the D block element. And regarding series, the okay, there are four series. What are those? 3D, 4D, 5D, and 6D series. So each series contains how many elements? 10 elements. So totally out of 118, 40 elements which belongs to D block elements. So 3D means what is the period here? Fourth period, fifth period, sixth period, and seventh period of a periodic table. Regarding position of D block elements, what we said, groups, group number 3 to 12 of a periodic table which constitutes the D block, and period from 4, 5, 6, and 7th period. Okay, fourth period which includes 3D series, or you can say post transition series, 5th period 4D series, 6th period 5D series, and 7th period 6D series of D block elements. Okay, and further we said that these D block elements are also called transition elements. Or the D block elements, the other name, the alternative name for D block elements is they are also called transition elements. Why they called transition element means is what we said. Say the properties of D block elements. The properties of D block elements are transitory as compared to properties of S block and P block elements. Hence, they are named as a transition elements. Well, now we are going to continue the next part of the chapter, that is pores. Now we are going to look for only the 3D series elements, that is the first transition series element, regarding their occurrence, where they occur in the nature means, yes, most of the D block elements, they they are not present in their native state. Okay, almost all D block elements, they do not present in their native state, or it is also called free state. Okay, free state, which means because of their highly reactive nature, they always, okay, if they are not available in the native state, which means in what form they always, okay, available in the nature in the form of combined state. Okay, combined state is what it is. What is this combined state? So combined state is nothing but, yes, it may be available in the form of its oxides. Okay, it may be available in the form of its oxides, or it may be available in the form of hydroxides. Okay, hydroxides, sulfides. Okay, these are the possible ways in which the D block elements are occur in the nature. It may occur in the form of their oxides, hydroxides, sulfides, sulfates, or nitrates, or carbonates. Okay, carbonates or phosphates, etc. So on, which means because of their highly reactive nature, the D block elements, most of, or I can say almost all D block elements, they always available in a combined state but not in their native state. Combined state means it may be available in the form of their oxides, hydroxides, sulfides, sulfates, nitrates, carbonates, phosphates, etc. Well, these are all combined states. Okay, all these combined states which is available in the nature, they are called minerals. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? Minerals ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. The combined state of an element which is available in an earth crust. Okay, or you can say generally in the nature, they are called minerals. Now, yes, if we want to extract that D block element, We don't need its oxide form or hydroxide form, or generally I can say we do not need combined form of that element, but we need its a native form, means we need it in a pure state. So to get a native state of the element, okay, these minerals are used to, the minerals are used to extract, they extract the element in its native state. Say one of the mineral, not all minerals are used, a selective mineral which is used to extract the element, okay, the selective mineral which is used to extract the element, okay, that extraction must be a economic one and it must be a profitable one. So such mineral is called ore. Okay, just I am concentrating on the definition of a ore. So what is ore here? Ore is a kind of mineral. Okay, ores are nothing but, yes, it is a kind of mineral from which an element is extracted economically and profitably. Okay, so we call ores. Now we are looking for the ores of what? Ores of first transition series. Ores of first transition series. First transition series elements. Okay, we are looking for ores of a post transition elements. Well, here what is that post transition elements? Well, the post transition series element means, what is the atomic number? Atomic number, so atomic number 21 to 30. What are the elements? Scandium, so atomic number 21 to zinc 30. Okay, well, if you consider the scandium, okay, scandium, what is the symbol? Its symbol is Sc. So scandium exist as chemically Sc taken twice, okay, Sc2 Si2O7. It's a combined form of scandium. It exists in the nature as a, what is the ore? It is named as a thorvitite. Okay, what is the name? It is named as a thorvitite. Okay, then if you consider the second element of a transition, first transition series, it is a titanium. ಏನಿದೆ ಹೆಸರಿದು? Titanium. Titanium. So titanium, it exists as a FeTiO3. Okay, FeTiO3 in the nature, it exists as FeTiO3. So oxide, so it is named as ilmenite. ಇದಕ್ಕೇನ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? Ilmenite. Okay, so ilmenite is the ore of a titanium. What is the chemical form? FeTiO3. Okay, for scandium, what is the ore? Thorvitite. Okay, thorvitite is the ore of a scandium. And what is the chemical formula of thorvitite? Thorvitite Sc2 bracket of Si2O7. So it's very important to remember the name and chemical composition of ores of these 3D series elements. Well, the next one, the third member of the first series, or I can say 3D series, is the vanadium. What is the name? Vanadium. So vanadium exists in the nature as vanaditite. Okay, what is the name here? Vanadinite. Vanadinite. It exists in the nature as a vanadinite. Yes, what is the chemical formula? Pb5, okay, Pb5, VO4 taken twice, Pb5, VO4 taken twice, Cl, vanadinite. So three elements, 3D series. Scandium, it exists as a thorvitite. Titanium, it exists as, okay, ilmenite. Vanadium, it exists as a vanadinite. That is, these are the ores of a scandium, titanium and vanadium. Well, coming to the next member of the 3D series, it is the, okay, fourth one, chromium. Cr, it's a name, chromium. Okay, chromium. So chromium, it exists as FeOCr2O3. FeO dot Cr2O3, a mixed oxide, iron oxide and chromite. That is FCr2O3. It's together. It's a combination of FeO dot Cr2O3. It is named as chromite. So chromite is one of the ore of a chromium. FeO dot Cr2O3. Well, if we consider chromite, how it looks like? So it is a imagine a diagram. Imagine chromite ore. Well, further, if we consider Cr2O3 is the one more ore of a chromium itself. So what is the difference here? Say there is no iron oxide. Say Cr2O3, it is named as a chrome arc. Okay, what is it called? It is named as a chrome arc. Chrome arc. So how it looks? So it is a diagram, or you can say image of chrome arc. Cr2O3, it is named as chrome arch, and chromite is nothing but it is FeO.Cr2O3. Well, next one, say PbCrO4 is one more, okay, one more ore of a chromium. PbCrO4, lead chromate, or it is commonly called crocite. So chromite, chromarch, and crocite, these are the ores of a chromium. So crocite, how it looks? Say it's a diagram for crocite. Okay, well, now coming to the next member or the next element of the group, so manganese. What is the element? Mn, symbol is the Mn, and it is named as a manganese. Manganese. So manganese also going to have different ores. So MnO2, okay, MnO2, say it is named as pyrolusite. MnO2 is commonly used as a pyrolusite. So here Mn usually does not occur in its free state. So if you consider manganese, so as in general what I said, because of their high reactivity, they always occur in a combined state. Regarding Mn, yes, Mn, it exists as a MnO2. It exists in the form of its oxide. What is the name? It is commonly called pyrolusite. Okay, well, so how it looks? So it is the image of a pyrolusite ore, MnO2. Next one, next element is iron. So Fe, ferrum, or when you can say iron. Okay, iron. Yes, if you consider iron, if it exists as a Fe2O3, okay, it exists in the nature as a Fe2O3. Fe2O3 means what is the name? It is called hematite. So Fe2O3 is called hematite. So it looks like this. Then next one, iron also exists as Fe3O4. Okay, Fe3O4. Look at the composition. Fe2O3, what is the name? Hematite. Now Fe3O4. So Fe3O4 is called magnetite. Magnetite. How it looks? So it's the diagram of magnetite. Then so next member of the element, that is the cobalt. 3D series, next member of a 3D series is the cobalt. So cobalt, how it exists? Cobalt, say it exists as COASS, COASS sulfide, arsenic sulfide, cobalt arsenic sulfide. So what is the name? It is named as a cobaltite. Okay, what is it called? It is called a cobaltite. What is the composition? COASS. CO stands for cobalt, AS stands for arsenic, and S stands for sulfur. So sulfide, arsenic sulfide, ASS, cobalt arsenic sulfide, it is commonly called a cobaltite. Okay, so how it looks? It looks like this. Then next one, say COAS2, COAS2. So cobalt arsenide. So it is named as a, okay, smaltite. Smaltite is the name, and what is the composition? COAS2 is the composition. Then so how it looks? It is a diagram of smaltite. The next member of the group, so sorry, the next, okay, compound of a cobalt is a CO3S4, cobalt sulfide. So it is called lineatite. Okay, lineatite. So then diagrammatically it looks like this. Okay, well, now the next member of the 3D series is the copper. So copper exists as Cu, okay, it's oxide, Cu2O. Cu2O is named as cuprite. C, okay, Cu2O composition, Cu2O, and its name is cuprite. So copper, so it's the diagram of cuprite. Then next one, CuCO3 dot CuOH taken twice. CuCO3 dot, that is copper carbonate dot copper hydroxide. What's the name? It is called malachite. CuCO3 dot COOH taken twice, it is called malachite. Okay, well, so what is the diagrammatically? It is a diagram of a malachite. Next, 2CuCO3. Okay, 2CuCO3 dot COOH taken twice. 2CuCO3 dot COOH taken twice. Then it is called azurite. So just look at the composition. If 1 mole of copper carbonate exists with 1 mole of copper hydroxide, then it is called malachite. If 2 moles exist together, then it is called azurite. So for copper, what are the combined forms? Cuprite, malachite, and azurite. Okay, well, so how it looks? Azurite is the diagram of a azurite. Well, then the next member of the first series, 3D series, is the nickel. Okay, yes, nickel, it exists as bis. Okay, bis means 2 moles. Bis triphenyl phosphine nickel chloride. So what is the name? It exists as a bis triphenyl phosphine nickel chloride. Okay, yes, it is commonly called. So nickel is found along with the cobalt ores. Then is the image of this bis triphenyl phosphine nickel chloride. Then next one, zinc, Zn. So zinc is ZnS. It's commonly called zinc blend. Okay, zinc exists as a its sulfide ZnS. So it is called zinc blend. So how it looks? It is a diagram of a zinc blend. Then next one, ZnCO3. ZnCO3 zinc carbonate, and it is called calamine. ZnCO3 is called calamine. So here zinc is also found in the ores of, okay, along with these zinc blend and calamine, zinc is also found with the ores of what? It is found with the ores of silver, copper, lead, and platinum. Okay, just remember zinc, yes, it has a two combined forms, sulfide and carbonate, zinc blend and calamine. Along with these combined forms, even it is found with the ores of silver, copper, lead, and platinum. Yes, it is regarding, okay, combined forms of a 3D series, first transition series elements. What are those elements? Scandium, titanium. Okay, what are the elements included? Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, and zinc. So these are the 10 elements. Atomic number 21 to what? 21 to 30. It constitutes the 3D series, the first transition series, and we considered the combined form of this 3D series elements. So please remember the combined form of all these 3D series elements, which is very, very important one. Well, okay. Now coming to the MCQ part, the first one, dash and dash shows anomalous electronic configuration. So chromium and copper, scandium and zinc, titanium and uranium, okay, cobalt and copper. So chromium and copper, they show anomalous electronic configuration. So why we are saying this anomalous electronic configuration means, so in case of chromium, what is the atomic number? Atomic number is 24, and copper atomic number 29. Yes, when you look at the electronic configuration, say argon 3d5 4s1 is the configuration, and for copper argon 3d10 3d10 4s1 is the configuration. So there is a violation in the rule in both the cases. Okay, we are going to violate the rules here. So which rule is applicable in these cases? Is applicable, the applicable rule is the rule of rule of stable configuration. Okay, rule of stable configuration. So while dealing with electronic configuration, I will discuss it in detail. So here chromium and copper, we are going to observe an anomalous electronic configuration. Okay, our expected is different, but observed is different. So these are the observed electronic configuration. Whatever the electronic configuration I have written, these are the observed electronic configuration, but expected is different. Okay, yes. So therefore we are saying chromium and copper, they show anomalous electronic configuration. Okay, well, Next one, electronic configuration of chromium is. So if you consider electronic configuration, argon 3d4 4s1, okay, argon 4s1 3d4, argon 3d6 4s0, argon 3d5 4s1. So for what is the correct configuration? Argon 3d5 4s1 is the right configuration of a chromium. Okay. Next one, why does copper shows abnormal electronic configuration? So why copper is showing abnormal electronic configuration means first option to impart color, second option to participate in reaction, okay, third option to attain extra stability, and fourth option none of these. So say what I said here. So if you consider copper atomic number 29, so actually if you look at the expected argon 3d9 4s2 is the configuration, but what is observed is say argon 3d10 4s1. So what happened here? One of the electron is forced to transfer, forcefully transferred to d subshell instead of staying in s. One of the electron is shifted to 3d, so that he's going to get what? He's going to get a d10 configuration. So we know that, say according to rule of stable configuration, what it says exactly, half filled, and completely filled. Completely filled configurations are more stable. So according to rule of stable configuration, what it says, exactly half filled and completely filled configurations are more stable. So to attain extra stability, copper is showing abnormal electronic configuration. So what is the answer here? So option C, to attain extra stability, is showing abnormal electronic configuration. Okay. Next one, copper exists as, so liquid, second Cu2O, okay, platinum ore, then all are correct. So yes, copper exists as cuprate, Cu2O, its oxide form. Okay, so second option is correct. The next one, nickel exists along with, nickel exists along with what? Say copper, sorry, cobalt ores, manganese ores, copper ores, zinc ores. Yes, nickel exists along with the cobalt ores. Okay. Well, next one, zinc is also found in the ores of. Yes, we know that calamite and malachite are the two combined forms of a zinc. That is zinc sulfide ZnS and zinc carbonate ZnCO3. These are the combined forms of a zinc. Say zinc exists in the form of sulfide and carbonate. Along with these, zinc also found in the, as I said, yes, first option copper ore, silver ore, okay, lead ore, all of these. Yes, what is the answer? All of these. Yes, along with the zinc, okay, ZnS and ZnCO3 is it also found with the copper ores, silver ores, and lead ores. Okay, so answer all of these. Well, so with this, I'm going to conclude about this session. Again, in the next session, we discuss the other part of the chapter. Okay, thank you. Be safe.